morning, guys. We are here talking today. I'm gonna be over a few pieces of documentation. I'm gonna be guide you guys through to the Dotloop, how to create clients and property loops. At that same time, I'm gonna go over a few things that's gonna be mandatory. Some of them mandatory by the NAR, as you guys know, as middle of August, August 17, if I'm not mistaken. Is going to be mandatory that you have, before you're going to show a house, that you have a buyer's agreement in hand, signed by your client. So that's NAR. Mandate by the company, it's a few other things that we want to implement and as moving forward. And during the month of July, we will going to be testing, we will going to be practice, and at the end of the July, so starting in August, it will be mandatory even on a company. I know the NAR say is August 17, but we will start on August 1st, okay, guys? So pay attention. I'm going to break this down in probably in 2 or 3 videos. Try not to boring you too much. But please pay attention to it and make sure you follow not only the rules of the NAR, but also the rules of the New Direction Realty, because it's very important, okay? So let's start. I'm going to start showing the loops. The first one, let me just change something in here real quick. All right, so we're inside the Dotloop right now. Yours, if you're brand new, you're going to look like this with nothing. If you have some offers, some loops, it will showing in here, all right? So let's start creating what we call a client loop, a client file. As you know, I did ask a few months ago when all these things started coming with NAR, that when you're going to show a property, when you're going to show a property, we will show, let me just show you. So you go to, when you're going to show the house, you're going to look for properties, as you know. So you go to the MLS. In this case, I just go to Garden State MLS, open one property in here. Let's say I know Sylvia just put in a property for sale, so we're going to get this one. So if you're going to show this property, what do you have to do? The first thing, of course, you have to look for it, and you have to see if that's something that your client want to see. If the client say, yes, let's see this house, you need to print out this form. So make sure you print it. I always recommend that that doesn't matter going further, because I was saying without the agent's name and commission, but that doesn't really matter. You print this one out, and please, on the bottom of the sheet, right here on the bottom, right? Why is this not open? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can change something in here. Apologize. Let me see if I can change something in here real quick for you guys. Get out. There you go. So now you are here. I'm sorry. Now you can see. So you're gonna see these. You're gonna print this out. So you're gonna know that your clients want to see this property. You know that's the property that they're looking for. So on this day, you're going to show 2 or 3 properties. For example, you'll print 2 or 3 sheets of each property to have it with you. When you are on a property with your client, just make sure that they will sign right on the bottom of the page. Okay? They will sign. John Smith was here. It says sign and dated. Okay? Now, what are you going to do with these? Let's go back. Let's go, go back in here. There you go. So, you go to the loop, and you're going to create the loop with your client's name. So, let's say that I'm your client. You're going to create a loop with my name, Pedro Mota. All right. Oops. Create a loop. I'm sorry. Add a loop. There you go. Add a loop. Pedro Mota. And you just continue. This is not a template for this loop. It's just done. You don't need pictures. There you go. So the loop of your client is created. right now what? On this loop, you're going to open it. On this loop, the only thing you're going to do is drop all, and I mean all, the MLS sheets that you the ones you show out to your client that's signed by that. So after you print out this sheet, you show this property to your client, what are you going to do now? It's go back to Loop and download or upload that sheet from your client. So if today you're going to show 3, 4, 5 houses to your client, make sure he signs every single house that he saw, and you upload it right away to this. Do not wait long. Upload it right away, and you're going to understand later on. Some of you maybe still remember why, but we're going to talk about that later. So this is the client. So every client that you have, every single one, hopefully you have a lot, you're going to create a loop for that particular client. Okay? Now, that's done. You show me 10, 15, one property, and I like it, and I want to make an offer. All right? So when I want to make an offer, you don't going to create the offer inside my personal loop or your client's personal loop. No, you're going to create a loop for that particular property. So you're going to create another loop. That's 1, 2, 3 Main Street in Newark, let's say. All right? So Newark, New Jersey. You continue. Now, if you're going to make an offer, you know how it is. It's buying template, right? So you create buy a template. Now you continue. If on MLS, it's a photo. Sometimes they upload in here. If it's not, no worry. No need for the photo. You just keep going, and the loop is created. So right now, let's go back in here. Let's go back to the loops. View loops. This is the one, I'm sorry. So now you have the loop for the property that you're going to make an offer, and you have the loop for your client, which one you're going to put every single property that you show that client, the copy of the listing, the MLS listing, signed and date by your client. And so before moving forward, why do I miss my thing in here? I'm sorry. So as moving forward, guys, you're going to need this. Why? Because right now you're going to have, and you're going to talk on a front on another video maybe, you're going to talk to your client. You're going to make your client sign the buyer's agreement, meaning that their client sign a piece of paper, sign a document saying that he's just going to be working exclusively with you. But that document have a beginning and have an end. Could be a day, could be one property, could be a week, a month, 6 months, whatever you decide with your client. But when that finishes, everything that you show to your client, technically, you can say that you're not entitled to commission. But for any reason, if that the client tell you that, please, I want to void that form that we signed, I don't want to do it anything. You cannot say, no, you have to mandatory work with me. No. The client has to give you 3 days, and after 3 days, the client is free to sign with another agent. Now, and that's the trick in here. Why do you have to have all of these MLS sheets signed by your client? Let's say that today your client saw a house that they love, but for some reason they say, you know what? I don't want to work with you anymore. So 3 days from now, our contract is void. All right, so today is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you sign with another agent, and he decide to ask that agent to put an offer on a house they saw with you on Sunday. Now what? Your contract with them, it's already gone. It's already expired because you canceled. If you don't have a proof that you're the one who showed this property, you're entitled to nothing. But if you actually have at least that piece of piece of paper signed by him, say that he was on that property with you on that day, and that day was still inside that time framing that you signed with them, you're entitled to get the commission from that property. So you want to get paid for the work you did, and clients sometimes, for many reasons, they decide to go to another route, to go to another agent. It's just not fair for you to be working pretty much for free when they're going to make an offer on the same house that you do want to show it. So it's very important that you have these in here, guys, okay? So now I'm probably going to cut the video in here. This was just explanation. And moving forward, I'm going to show you how to create a loop, okay, on the next one.